Understanding the concept of economical weaker section or EWS is crucial for your UPSC preparation. Why? Because this single topic touches multiple parts of the syllabus: polity, constitution, social justice, current affairs, and even ethics. Over the next few minutes, we will cover what EWS is and its constitutional foundation, who qualifies under it, the debates and criticisms surrounding it, landmark Supreme Court judgments, and finally, how this connects to UPSC questions you might face. So, let's dive straight in. Background and constitutional basis. The idea of EWS came into being with the 103rd Constitutional Amendment Act of 2019. This amendment inserted two new provisions: Article 15(6), allowing special provisions for EWS in education, including private unaided institutions, except minority institutions. Article 16(6), enabling up to 10% reservation in government jobs for EWS. Now, here's what makes it unique. This was the first time economic criteria alone became the basis for reservation. Earlier, reservation was linked to social and educational backwardness, mainly caste and community. EWS added a new dimension by focusing purely on economic disadvantage. Eligibility criteria. So, who qualifies as EWS? The criteria are annual family income less than 8 lakh rupees, agricultural land less than 5 acres, residential flat smaller than 1000 square feet, or a residential plot under 100 square yards in a notified municipality or 200 square yards in non notified areas. Importantly, families already covered under SC, ST, or OBC reservations are excluded. For prelims, you need to remember these figures. For mains, focus on the policy logic, how the state defines economic weakness, debates, and criticisms. Now comes the most debated part. Supporters argue that it recognizes the poor among forward communities who were left out earlier. It brings balance by including economic justice along with social justice. But critics point out that the 8 lakh ceiling is too high, potentially covering middle class families. It doesn't account for regional differences. 8 lakhs in rural Bihar is very different from 8 lakhs in urban Delhi. There's a fear that it dilutes affirmative action meant for historically marginalized groups. And of course, it raises questions about breaching the 50% ceiling on reservations set in the Indira Swane case. This debate, economic versus social disadvantage, is at the height of the EWS discussion. And for UPSC, this is exactly where your analytical ability will be tested. Landmark Supreme Court judgment. In November 2022, the Supreme Court upheld the 103rd Amendment by a 3 to 2 majority. The majority view said economic criteria alone can be a valid basis for reservation. Excluding SC, ST, and OBC from EWS is not discriminatory. And the 50% ceiling is not absolute. It can be crossed in exceptional circumstances. But the dissenting judges warned that excluding disadvantaged cases, castes from this quota might undermine the principle of equality. For your answers, remember this judgment is not just about EWS. It's about how the court interprets equality, affirmative action, and the basic structure of the Constitution. Current affairs and implementation. Today, EWS reservation is in action. Central institutions like IITs, IIMs, and AIIMS have expanded seats to accommodate EWS quota. Several states have also ruled it out in jobs and education. But the larger policy question remains, should economic criteria supplement caste based quotas? Or should it eventually replace them? That's an ongoing debate, and it's likely to feature in both your mains answers and essay papers. Possible UPSC questions. Let's quickly look at the kind of question that can arise. Prelims type MCQ. The 103rd Constitutional Amendment inserted which articles? Options A. 15.5 and 16.6. B. 15.6 and 16.6. C. 14.2 and 15.6. D. 16.5 and 15.4. And the correct answer is B. Mains questions. Critically examine the significance of introducing reservation for economically weaker sections through the 103rd Amendment, discuss its implications for social justice and equality. Essay angle: economic inequality versus social inequality. Can one be addressed without the other? Notice how the questions are not just factual, they demand analysis, critical thinking, and the ability to connect constitutional principles with ground realities. Conclusion. To wrap up, EWS is not just another reservation scheme, it represents a shift in how India defines disadvantage, moving from caste and community to economic weakness. For UPSC, focus on its constitutional provisions under Articles 15 and 16, the Supreme Court's reasoning in 2022, and the broader debate on whether economic reservation complements or conflicts with caste based reservation. Here's a thought to leave you with. Does EWS make India's reservation system more inclusive, or does it risk diluting the original purpose of affirmative action? Reflect on that, because your perspective here will shape strong, nuanced answers in exams. If you found this session helpful, do like, share, and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, should reservation in India be primarily based on economic criteria, social criteria, or a mix of both?